Okay, right. Here's video two. So video two is going to have two parts. When I say two parts, this is just some information. But this information should not trouble you. When I say should not trouble you, you won't see it as in terms of a calculation. But I think it's important that you know it. So what you see us working with here is that you're always going to be working with the tax-adjusted profits, and you would calculate the tax profits, if you like, for the whole business, even with the partners, and then you will just do your capital allowances as normal. So you're not going to be asked to do the capital allowances for some partners, for partnership per se, and then you have Mr. A and Mr. B. So the key point here is we do not prepare individual capital allowance preparations for each partner. No, we just prepare it for the whole business. In practice, I imagine this could be slightly complicated, but for the exam purposes, individual partners cannot claim capital allowances on their own behalf. So we just put everything through as we would a sole trader, right? You put everything through as you would a sole trader. Now, how do you compensate for that? Well, we compensate for that through the share profit, through the profit ratios and through the interest on capital and that sort of thing, to sort of manage the situation. But otherwise, we don't start preparing, if you like, individual capital allowances. No, we just prepare everything, and then so basically the tax figure, this figure, for example, that we're working with here in the earlier question of the figure we're working with earlier on here in where are we? Yeah, this figure of 80 whatever thousand, yeah, here 74,000, we had already deducted capital allowances, so it's already done. You don't have to sort of start wondering, how am I going to work out capital allowances? It's already been done for you. So the next issue really is this issue of changes in the profit sharing ratio. So again, if you remember partnerships, I'm just going to do an example to kind of show you. So the argument really is that a partnership can change their ratios, partnership sharing ratios, or agree some salary changes, or agree some whatever, halfway through the year or a quarter way through the year. And that's not a problem. All we do is we literally split the period. When I say we split the period, we take the profits for the period concerned and deal with the ratios in that period. Take the profit for the rest of the period and deal with the ratios in that period. That's it. So we just change the ratios according to the profits in those periods. So for example, let's look here. I mean, so this isn't really even a tax question yet. This is still a kind of partnership question. So it says that you have these characters, David and Peter, in a partnership. This is their, if you like, these are their profits for the whole year, 16,500. So that's really the 1st of October 16 to the 31st or 30th of September 17. I'll just change my pen color. So what are we saying? We are saying that up to the 30th of June 2017, up to here, 17, profits are shared in the ratio 3 to 2. So, and then it says from here to here, profits are shared in the ratio 2 to 1. Okay, well, what are we saying? What I'm going to have to do is to split up this 16,500, if you like, between this period here and then this period, right? So so July, August, September. So that's a 3-month period here, and that's a 9-month period here. So if I find 9 months, of 16,500, so here I'm going to be splitting profits of 12,375, and here I'm going to be splitting the difference of 4,125, right? And that's the situation. Now, of course, it says here that up till then, of course, these are annual salaries, so it means I have to proportion them as well. So 3,000 is for the year, but for 9 months, that's 9 over 12. 2,000 is for 9 months, that's 9 over 12, right? So that's what's going on there. And I think that's it. In terms of interest on capital, there's none in this question. So then it tells me here that then they agree a different situation, annual salaries of 6,000. So from here, therefore, this is 6,000 times 3 over 12. And then, of course, for Peter, you have 4,000 times 3 over 12. So this figure here, these two figures, when I get the answers, will be deducted from the 12,300 before I split the rest 3 to 2. And when I get my answers here, they'll be deducted from the 4125 before I split the difference 2 to 1. And just literally accord to each of them. So let's just look at what the table looks like. But what doing is treating each period differently. So you can see that's what they've done. First to the 30th, that's the 12,375 I calculated. And then you can see the salaries, 9 over 12 of their individual figures. That comes to a total there, and that's what's left. And then they split that in the ratio 3 to 2. And that's the 4125. Those are the salaries taken off first, and that's what's left. And I split that in the ratio. And that's how we deal with that. So, really, it's still the same. I'm just really splitting profits and just chopping profits up in different ways. But this is the full figure really, and then it just accords as normal. In between the first, it's still the 1st of October to the 30th of September, 17. So this is still lying in the 17-18 period for each of them, right? So please do the TYU. Really important to do the TYUs. Before you jump quickly, because you're going to be doing a lot of questions anyway, before you jump into the just for your own self, before you jump into the exam kit to make sure you're comfortable. Cool, great stuff. TYU2. I'll see you in the next video.